Demolition, and there's that right hand. They're duking it out, not by the right hand. Takayama.
Green trunks for the southpaw, the notorious Conor McGregor. Black trunks for the champion, Jose Aldo Jr. Conor relaxed, smiling. Oh!
Nate Diaz, you just shook up the world. How's that feel? Hey, I'm not surprised.
Welcome to this week's episode, Chingasos Combat Crew. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to talk Chingasos. I got my primo here. We got my favorite person on the screen, Jon Jones. I got hecka drama for him coming up. UFC Fight Night, Caio Borralho versus Jared Cannonier results. And you know that ADCC CJI aftermath drama is just starting to cook up. My cuz, how are you doing this Sunday afternoon?
I'm doing good, cuz. I'm doing good, especially now that I'm hearing all this. I am looking forward to what's been going on. I haven't heard anything, so let's get it. Let's get it. I want to hear it.
Oh my goodness, I got so much info for you guys. You're gonna want to tune in, and as always, you know we got this whole episode set up in the chapters, so you can skip around to the Jon Jones news, skip over to the Caio Borralho news, skip over to Dana White drama, whatever you want. But let's get started with some Brandon Moreno talk. Y'all ready, cuz?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. As you remember, Brandon Moreno put himself on the shelf because he wanted to take some time away from the cage, just because he's had like so many. Think about every single not every single one, but his most recent fights, his last two or three, they're all 5-round wars, dude. You know what I mean? Every single time.
Yeah.
Like, I think I asked you this. Imagine if you were going to go to work, but your boss was like, hey, Anthony, we're going to need you to go to the back before you clock in. And Damien's going to be back there with the baseball bats, and he's going to soften up your shins for the first 10 minutes. Imagine that every day. Like, basically, that's what he does every time he gets into the cage. He's like, all right, I'm about to get the shit kicked out of me for the next 25 minutes, possibly. And that's what it turns out every time. And not
even that, the 6 months prior to that, too.
Exactly. And the time away from family and friends, not being able to make Legos, collect Funko, stuff like that. So I guess he's had enough Funkos and Legos, and he's like, hey, I'm ready for November. Madison Square Garden. Yep. So who do you think he should be paired up with? I know Kai Kara France just beat Steve Erceg last week, right? And because of that, he might be looking at a possible championship fight with Alex Pantoja. And I'm wondering if Brandon's like, yo, bro, I already beat KKF. Maybe I beat him again, or I just jump in and cut in front of everybody because that's where I was at before. What do you think? Or how about option C?
Okay.
Option C, Henry Cejudo's talking about dropping all the way down to flyweight. And you know these two have beef. There's history.
Oh, wait. They have beef? I did not know that they had beef.
Oh, you didn't know this?
And number two, no, I had no idea. What's the beef with them?
Okay, so check this out. This goes way back. This is a little refresher course here. Crash course for Cousin Ant, the history between Henry Cejudo and Brandon Moreno 101. Sit down, cuz. So before Brandon Moreno was with the UFC, he was trying out for Ultimate Fighter. Remember the season where Cejudo was the coach? And then who was the guy that was from Alpha Male? Benavidez. Joseph Benavidez was the other coach on this season. So Henry got Dana to allow Brandon a little bit of extra time so that he can fight for this smaller organization, win the belt real quick. Because remember, the season Brandon was champs only. So he didn't have a belt at the time. But Henry was like, yo, give him a couple more weeks. He's going to fight for the belt, and they'll give him the last slot. This is my boy. Because he had been training with Henry up to this point. Well, he wins the belt. He goes on the show. And remember, on day one, they picked teams.
Yeah.
Well, Alex Pantoja was also on this season. So Henry had the bright idea of, hey, you know what? I'm going to pick Pantoja with my number one pick. Nobody knows about Brandon. I'll get him with my second pick. Well, guess who
Mhm.
Joseph Benavidez picks? Brandon. So there's strike
Okay,
one.
okay.
There's strike one, but it's
Uh-huh.
business. It's business, right?
Uh-huh.
Well,
Okay.
what happens at the end of every season between the coaches? They fight.
Right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Who does Brandon Moreno help out in preparing for this fight? Joseph Benavidez.
Oh.
And
Okay.
before this, Henry had opened his house up, let Brandon stay over, helped him out as much as he could, and that's how he repays him. So kind of shady,
Okay.
kind of shady.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Hey, let him figure it out. Let him work
Uh-huh.
it out. Let him work it out. I'm not here to say
Uh-huh.
who's the good guy, who's
Okay.
the bad guy, but it makes for an awesome fight. So Dana loves the history. He loves a little back and forth. He likes when the guys get a little spicy, and this is the ultimate right here. This is hot Cheetos level. Maybe even yeah, you know what I mean? Taki style. I don't know. You name your hot chip, whatever your poison is.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. We're going to be hearing things pretty
All right.
soon. I don't know if he'll be able to get on that card because they probably have it filled out almost, I'm sure, but they haven't announced much. So other than Jon Jones and old man Stipe, which we'll get to in just a bit, but we'll see what happens.
So you think that him and Cejudo are gonna? You think him and Cejudo would be a good matchup?
I think it would be a great matchup, but I don't know if Cejudo can get down to 125. Before he was fighting at 125, he always had a hard time. You know, he hasn't fought at flyweight since he beat TJ Dillashaw Skeletor style.
Damn.
Remember that?
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I think with Brennan, he needs to like what do you call those, like warm up fights or something like that? He needs someone
tune up fight, yeah.
Yeah,
he might be in Henry Cejudo's situation when he fought Aljo. Just hey, you need a tune up fight, bro. Right?
Yeah. But then at the same time, that'd probably be a good fight, sending Cejudo would be a good fight for that.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And I know Henry's getting up there in age, so the sooner this fight happens, the better for him. And this might be perfect timing, you know what I mean? Catching Brandon Moreno, rusty, ring rust.
Might be
could
a good
help.
Time. Yeah, that'd be a good matchup. I like that.
Yeah, definitely, right? All right, cuz let's talk about last week's jiu-jitsu events, ADCC versus CJI. Me and you talked about this. You made a great point. Like, it was awesome to have so much jiu-jitsu to watch. Like, it was awesome watching jiu-jitsu Friday night, early Saturday morning, free on YouTube. And then for those of us that had the subscriptions on Flow, you could tune in later. Even though I thought Flow kind of dropped the ball by like putting commercial breaks in and delayed uploads of fights, mislabeling matches, audio issues and whatnot, but whatever. I'm not going to complain about it. So the shows ended. Like you said, I'm glad we got double jiu-jitsu that weekend, but we did miss out on a lot of key matchups. That's probably my biggest regret. We didn't get to see Mika versus Annie Rudelos, you know what I mean? But we did see PJ Barch versus Mika. That was fire ass matchup. We had
that was a good match.
J-Rod, Giancarlo Bodani, like there was tons of great matches in ADCC. You know what I mean? There was tons of new up and comers, and even in CJI had some up and comers that came out of nowhere and had major upsets. You know what I mean? So it was cool to watch, but we'll see what happens. The CJI is supposed to do this again next year. So then if they do, there's no competition with ADCC. So maybe we'll get Luke Griffin over there. Maybe we'll get
that'd be nice
over there. You know what I'm saying? So behind the scenes, cuz there was a lot of back and forth going on the socials. And a few days after the events were over, our boy Craig Jones
I'm ready to take on 10
posted
minutes.
that Jon Jones was at the event. I don't know if you noticed he was there, but Craig is saying that Mo and ADCC paid him $50K to show up.
Oh shit!
So good for Jon Jones. Just to show up.
Okay.
So I don't know what they're.
Who's gonna say no to that?
Yeah, exactly, dude. But like, what is? I don't know. It just kind of sounds like shit talk. Like, really, dude. What's Jon Jones gonna do for jiu-jitsu? But he is gonna bring in the MMA audience. But how many of those MMA audience members are going to pay for Flow Grappling subscription for the day or for the month? Probably
True.
not too many.
Very true.
Probably not
Yeah,
too many.
very
Right?
true. Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know what triggered this, but Craig Jones has really gone hardcore after Gordon. And I know me and you and cousin Mark were talking about this because cousin Mark's new to
Mhm.
jiu-jitsu. A lot of people out there probably
Mhm.
new to jiu-jitsu. They're not sure what's going on. So there's some bad history between Gordon and Craig and Gordon's little brother and other members. Who knows? So
Yeah.
some screenshots of a text exchange between Craig and Gordon were released by Craig, where Craig seems to be insinuating that there's some sexual predator like allegations against somebody from their squad. They don't drop any
Mhm.
names, but everybody knows who it is. You know, if you know the history, it looks like they're probably talking about Gordon's girlfriend in some
Mhm.
not cool situation with his little brother, and who knows. But
Yeah.
according to these text messages, Craig says he's going to release more information, and we're all going to be surprised at who knew about it and didn't say anything about it. It's just more
Mhm.
like, I don't know if, I mean, I'm not saying that this shouldn't get out, but how is this going to help jiu-jitsu?
Right. Yeah. You know what? Like, it's funny that you mentioned all this because just earlier this week, also too, when all this was going on, when you, me, and cousin Mark were talking about this, I saw an interview with Craig Jones, and he wasn't saying any of this stuff. He said like, "Oh, I don't have, you know, we're training partners, but we were never friends. Like we knew each other. We had some disagreements. Never brought up any of this. Never, even insinuated this." And kind of what he alluded to was the issue that he has with Gordon is kind of like his profile page and what like he shows on his Instagram and all that stuff, and how it's very political or towards a certain side and stuff like that. And that he feels like, well, I'm gonna do CGI in that same manner, so you shouldn't get upset. And he kind of just brought it around there, and then now all of a sudden all of this is like, number one, why didn't you bring that up when they were asking you what the beef was, if it really is? And number two, how are you any better if you knew about this the whole time and supposedly it's so bad or whatever?
Yeah.
Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't
Yeah.
who's worse? The person who's doing it or the person who knows it's
Didn't
happening
say
and
anything
lets it
about it.
happen?
Yeah.
Right. So, I don't think it's making anybody in a great light, especially not, jiu-jitsu. People new to jiu-jitsu are going to see this and be like, fuck all that.
Yeah, man. So somebody on Reddit posted like a timeline. So let's catch people up. So back in 2011,
okay.
Danaher Death Squad gets formed. That's John Danaher, Gordon Ryan, Craig Jones, Nicky Ryan, that whole squad early. Nicky Rod. 2014, Nicky Ryan starts training. 2015, 2016, that's when the alleged incident happened. And supposedly, dude, check that out. Rumored to be video recorded by who?
Oh.
Mo, dude, that's raunchy. Mo Jassim.
Okay.
That's crazy. I never knew that part.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, then it goes on. 2019, Gordon double golds ADCC. 2020, COVID. That's when they go to Puerto Rico. 21, Gordon and Nikki's dad passes away. Supposedly, Gordon took all of the stuff that was from his dad and was like, hey, this is my stuff because I'm the one that paid for everyone. And I guess Nikki wanted some stuff. I don't know. Who knows? It just seems like family stuff, arguing over who knows what, right? Shortly after that, B Team is formed. Then they come back to the States. August 21, Fight Sports sexual predator allegations. Remember when that went up? When that happened?
Yeah. Yep.
There was, and then that guy fled to Brazil. Supposedly Mo helped him out. But yeah, check it out, man. Just more and more allegations.
Mo helped him out. Mo helped him get to Brazil.
Supposedly, that's what they're saying. Yeah, there was all kinds of stuff. Someone was saying, I don't know if it was Mo or if it was Cyborg Abreu from Fight Sports because they were super close. And then Mo kind of stood up and was like, hey, I'm not going to allow for sexual predators in my tournament, and we shouldn't allow us in our community. And then ADCC 2022 comes around, and who's competing? Cyborg. So
yeah,
I don't know, man. Like you said, and like I said, this just is a black eye no matter what. And we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, because let's switch gears and talk about my favorite fighter to talk about, Jon Jones, the pound for pound number one goal of all time. Oh, why are you laughing, bro? Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You know, I love to shit talk on Jon Jones, especially right now. It kind of feels like he's giving us a runaround, and we're letting this awesome fight slip between our hands once again. So check this out. Tom Aspinall reacts to Dana White's relentless praise of Jon Jones. If he's that good, let's fight. That makes too much sense. That's so simple that it'll never happen.
Or it's a means to draw more attention. More money, more attention, more money.
Well, I'm gonna. Oh, you know, like he's cooking it. Yeah, he could be totally WWEing us right now, right? And so can Dana White and Jon Jones. Like, no, not yet. Let me beat. You know what will piss him off? Let me fight Stipe, and then I'll pretend like I'm gonna retire.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
That sounded like some Conor McGregor rumor right there.
Right. Well, check this out. Johnny Jones tweeted out because he saw some footage of Stipe doing some wrestling. And you know, UK is not known for their wrestling, but check out what John had to say. Looks like Tom displaying that amazing UK wrestling. My focus is on Stipe. He actually wrestled Division 1. Best heavyweight of all time as of right now. Maybe Tom will go on and beat Stipe's records one day. Right now, I'm focusing on GOAT things. Facts or is he just talking shit?
I think a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
I mean, there's a little truth to what he's saying. No doubt.
Yeah.
But he's also kind of like tiptoeing around the truth. There's an elephant in the room, and his name is Tom Aspinall, and you definitely don't want to fight him.
Especially if he's putting his fists in gasoline.
For real. All right, cuz what do you think about this? I saw this stat on Reddit and I was like, nah, this is crazy. On the screen, for those people out there listening and not watching, head over to our YouTube channel at Chingasos Crew. Fighters on the screen have a more recent win than Stipe Miocic. Cuz start at number one. Yeah. Everybody on the screen has a win more recent than Stipe Miocic. Start at number 8, cuz read it for the people. Who's at number 8 for us?
Kevin Lee at number 8.
Who is not in the UFC anymore. Not in the UFC.
Craig Hardy at number 7. Anthony Rumble Johnson at number 6.
Who is not even alive anymore. Rest in peace, Rumble.
Carlos Condit at number 5. Frankie Edgar, Robert Lawler at number 3. TJ Dillashaw at number 2. And then Khabib at number 1. Who came up with this list?
Well, it's not a list. It's just facts. All of these fighters.
For reals?
Yeah, no, this isn't like, hey, these are the fighters that I think. No, these are facts. This is a list of 8 fighters who have had a win more recent in the UFC than Stipe Miocic, who's fighting Jon Jones in November.
Oh, yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That is a travesty. You cannot defend this matchup.
Has it been that long since he's won anything?
Yeah. It has.
Oh, man. I did not realize.
Yeah. I think his last win was against Daniel Cormier.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. How is he still on the list? Like, yeah. What's going on there?
Let's see. I'm tell you right now. Let me look him up. I'm on his wiki. I'm pretty sure his last win was against Daniel. Yeah, his last win was against Daniel Cormier, August 15th, 2020. His last fight was against Francis Ngannou, March 27th, 2021. That's when he got murked. Remember?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Craziness. So, cuz let me pose this question to you. What if Stipe
Is he a
Miocic was
tune-up fight?
injured? What if he was injured? Would that force the UFC? Because supposedly supposedly Tom Aspinall's the backup for the fight. So if something were to happen to Stipe, then Tom Aspinall's number one. He's in. You think Jon Jones is sweating bullets?
Nah. I don't think the
But
UFC
also,
would do Jon Jones.
I wonder if they would reschedule it to give Jon more time to prepare. You don't want to.
Or what if Jon Jones is preparing for Aspinall, but to build up the momentum?
Maybe just freaking rope-a-doping us all. You never know.
Or for bets too. Also for bets, because they're thinking like, oh, Jon Jones hasn't fought for a while. He's preparing for Aspinall. Hey, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to act like I'm not even paying attention to him. So then when the bets start coming in, everyone's like betting against Jon Jones, and then he makes a killing.
That is a great point, because I didn't even think about the Vegas aspect of it. They could be doing this to mess with the line. You know what I mean? And then make a big ass bag on top of the bag that they're going to get. Well,
yeah.
Apparently, we're not the only ones who don't want to see Stipe and Jon Jones. Check this out. Your boy Funky Ben Askren tweeted a poll out and was asking everybody, who would you rather see? Jon Jones versus Stipe or Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall? And I was like, hey, how many people did they even ask? But at the time, it was already over 3,000 people. So in terms of MMA followers and whatnot, that's a pretty big, it's a broad net there, I think. I think that's speaking for most of the MMA community, that they would much rather see Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. Everyone out there watching, listening,
definitely.
What would you rather see? Would you rather see Jon Jones Stipe so that Jon can increase his GOAT status further? Or do we need to get down to the nitty gritty and see who's the best right now? Because we already know Jon is good, bro. We already know Jon is good at light heavyweight. We don't know how good he is at heavyweight. He's going to smoke Stipe, who hasn't won a fight in heavyweight in over 4 years.
Yeah, right?
Especially
knowing that now, I'm just like, yeah. Why are they even setting this up?
Exactly. Well, what about this mic drop, man? This is Tom Aspinall pushing Jon Jones into a corner. This is what he says. He says he's going to be sitting cage side when Jon fights Stipe. And he says, if you successfully defend against Stipe in November, I will be there in the crowd. I'll be there front row. I want you to hand me the undisputed title as you walk past me, please. Thank you.
Oh,
that's some cold-blooded shit right there.
Yeah. Wow.
Right? That's a mic drop right there. That's saying something.
Yeah.
All right. I hate to be a dead horse, but I got one more bit for us here. This is Francis Ngannou. They recently held a press conference for the PFL, and the question came up on, hey, you remember when you were supposed to fight Jon Jones back in the UFC? What was the reason why it didn't fall through? So check out his response.
Dana White said earlier this summer that Francis didn't want to fight Jon Jones. Can you clarify back then that you would have fought Jon Jones? And if that fight could happen, is it one you would still welcome?
Well, I think that's the new narrative. Since he needs to say something either way, you know. But as far as I'm concerned, Jon Jones didn't want to fight for me, according to them. And so many times that we sit down on the meeting, I'm like, oh, it can happen. Jon Jones doesn't want to fight anymore. You know, like he lives in Albuquerque. He doesn't. He lives his small life. He has a lot of money in his bank account, you know. So I think the guy who controls the narrative can say whatever he wants.
Ooh, whoever wins the battle writes the history books. So Francis is saying, hey, I was ready to rock, bro. You can say whatever he wants. But I was ready.
I
to
don't
bang.
see Francis Ngannou being like scared of Jon Jones.
I don't
That's
see
a
Jon
huge
Jones.
dude.
I mean, I don't see Jon Jones being scared either, but I can't see Jon asking for more time to prepare.
Okay.
But I don't
All right,
see
yeah.
why. I don't see why after Francis had like a month left in the UFC, why wasn't Jon able to fight him that last month when he was already bulked up? I don't know, man. I don't know. I would have loved
Legal
to see
problems.
Maybe, or a little candy problem.
Yeah, maybe
You know,
couldn't
I
get
don't know.
cleared.
I don't know. Just who knows, man? Who knows? I would hate to miss out on this fight, but hey, you never know. With the Saudis getting involved, they could just drop bags of cash and make it happen. Like
make this happen.
You never know,
for
man.
this to happen,
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you never know.
Dana White said earlier this summer that Francis didn't want to fight.
All right, next story, cuz check this out. I know me and you were talking about
yeah,
this.
yes.
We were exchanging this video when we were like, bro, what in the hell is wrong with this guy? Why the freak would you do this? What are we talking about? Merab Dvalishvili got a cut during training earlier in the week. And what does he do? Let me post this on Instagram for the athletic commission to see, for my opponent and his coach to see, and for Uncle Dana to see. Dude, he's been on a roll as of late. Remember, CJI was just last weekend. That's where he jumped the fence, grabbed that guy by the greñas, you know. So we're still waiting to see if anything's gonna happen from that. But then this happens.
Should.
It doesn't look like it was that bad of a cut, but he looks like he's probably gonna get some stitches from that. So even if it wasn't a deep gash, like, hey, that's a target, bro. And in a fight, that's gonna open up even more. This close.
And that's what Dana White was saying in his interview.
Yeah, just dumb, dude. Just dumb. I just don't get it. So check this out.
He was doing so well with his videos, and then all of a sudden now
he has, but just make the videos, bro. Make the videos and stop doing dumb shit like this. So O'Malley was asked about the fight, and check out what he says. He was asked about wrestling. O'Malley on how he thinks the Merab fight will go. I don't think Merab is going to be the one to test my wrestling, to be honest. I truly believe I'm going to put his lights out very early. You think he's going to go out Aljamain Sterling style or what? Like that early?
Nope.
You think it's going to go deeper?
I think it's going to go. I think it's going to go out maybe 3-4 rounds. I think.
You think he's going to get the finish?
It's going to be a 5. This is 5 rounds, right?
It's a 5-rounder, man. It's a 5-rounder.
Yeah,
if it goes,
I'm thinking like 4, or it's going all the way.
Man, I wonder, dude. Like, so think about this, right? Who do you think is tougher, Chito or Merab? Or do you think they're about equal? I might say their chin is about equal.
They're equal depending on.
I would say that Merab's style is more aggressive than Chito's.
Yes.
So in essence, we may have already seen what Sean's going to do in 5 rounds if you let him do that. If you just let him piece you, you let him walk you down, that's what he's going to do. I don't think that's
especially with that cut.
Yeah. Well, even with or without the cut, Merab is like a pit bull, like in your face, So I would say that if Sean doesn't get this done before 5, if round 5 comes up and Merab is still standing up, I think he's going to get the W. It might be a split decision, but I think the longer this fight goes, the better it's going to be for Merab. I think that's the only way he's going to win. Is a 5-round grinder. He's got to make it ugly. He's got to drag him out. He's got to get takedowns. He's got to make Sean struggle to get back up. He's going to have to eat some punches to get some takedowns. And when he gets him down, he's got to make sure that he stays down. And when he stays down, he makes him pay every second that he's down there. Because if he just pops back up without having to take any damage, then he's going to have plenty of gas in the tank to just keep boop, boop, boop. Because he's got that length. You know what I mean? He's going to do it, dude.
Gonna keep him at a distance.
It's gonna be a good fight, cuz I cannot wait. Super looking forward to it, man. All right, cuz going to the future, UFC 310. Guess what? It's on my birthday. It's a present to me. Thank you, UFC. Thank you, Uncle Dana. And it looks like our boy Belal, remember the name Muhammad, might be headlining the event. So he's looking at either facing Kamaru or Shavkat. Who would you rather him face or what would you think would be a better fight? I think that
I'd say
the easier fight would be Kamaru if the UFC wants Belal to keep winning. You know, they're same age, similar games, but I think Belal is a little bit younger, has a better gas tank, has less wear and tear, so he'd be able to grind out a win. But the better, more fun fight, it's also the more dangerous fight for Belal, and that's Shavkat.
Yes. Yeah, and that's the one we all want to see.
So
ain't nobody talking about Kamal anymore.
Nah, bro. No, he's gone. I mean, he's still in the rankings, but we really don't know why because he hasn't had a win in quite some time. My dog fell asleep waiting for him to get a W. Yeah. All right, cuz. Well, let's talk about last night's fights. We had UFC Fight Night, main event, Caio Borralho taking on Jared Cannonier. Did you get to catch any of the show?
No, I didn't.
All right. I got the bangers for us here. Only the finishes, and only the finishes that I thought were like worth mentioning because of the impact that the fighters could have. So on the screen right now, we have a new UFC newcomer, female I think this is the flyweight division, Kong Wang taking on Victoria Leonardo. Now I want to set this up by saying Kong Wang is a striker. I don't know if she's a glory kickboxer, but she's a female kickboxer who has a win against Bullet Valentina Shevchenko. So they're saying this is like Alex Pereira, Israel Adesanya, ladies style, ladies version.
Okay.
Check this out. This lady is fucking problem. Look at this. This is round one. Less than a minute into the fight, I might add. And look at what she does. Look at that kick. She is so slick. Like, watch this. She's creating poop, poop. Look at how she drops her. Did you see how she just stunned her? Look at that right hand.
Yes.
Right hand on the temple. It's like she's got brain freeze.
Oh, yeah. She got stuck.
One more time. Right about boom.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Look at how she does just 1-2 with the left. Like a short jab.
It was
and
quick,
then a
too.
quick right.
Yeah.
Yep. Look at watch. Jab cross. Done.
Yeah.
Exactly 1 minute into round one. She gets the job done. So stay tuned.
Damn.
UFC's might skyrocket this lady to the top just because the ladies flyweight division is pretty thin with talent. You know what I mean? So you got a name like that, you got a highlight reel like that. Hey, you might get a title shot in a freaking match or two.
Jeez.
All right.
Put her out.
Well, now this is a new up and coming kid. This is a welterweight matchup between Michael Morales taking on UFC veteran Neil Magny. Now, Neil Magny has been known to take out young and up and coming fighters. He's like, hey, I'll be your Huckleberry. You know what I mean? Like he's almost been like a stepping stone for like a test in the UFC. Like, hey, if you can make it past Magny, then you're welcome into the upper echelon of fighters and you start getting ranked. But if you can't make it, then you got some work to do. Dude, nobody does this to Neil Magny. We might have something special here. We might have a new contender in the welterweight division, dude. Look at this. This is Michael Morales, the end of round one. He gets Neil down, which is already hard enough. But watch what he does. By the way, I might add, guess where he's training at? I don't know what gym. I just know the city. Guess. Tijuana, California.
Oh.
Yeah, bro. He's fighting out of TJ. So check out this Tijuana heat once he gets the takedown. But look at this. Some pain for that ass.
Oh, wow.
Look at this. Look at how he's just floating above him, dude.
Yeah.
Magny tried to turtle up and do some some freaking wily veteran style turtling and getting out. But Michael was like, oh, all right, bro, I got you. I'll stick my hooks in. Boop, 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 boop. And he's left the ref no choice but to stop the fight. That was some awesome passing right there, man.
Wow.
I'd like to see
Round
him do some
one.
jiu-jitsu, man. Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
He's full mount.
Wow.
He's raining shots. Look at Magny use the cage, and he goes from full mount to taking the back without even sweating it. He made it look so easy.
Like he just let him rotate between his legs.
Yeah, he just floated like a freaking brown belt veteran. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, white belt, keep doing your little crazy white belt stuff. Oh, you want to throw your legs up? All right, now I'm on your back. Right, done. You want to save this man's life before I take it away from him? Yeah, that was awesome.
Shit.
That was so good. Wow. Now, my next question is, who's next for this guy? Where should he go next? He's not even ranked. Neil Magny was at number 12. So this kid is not only going to get into the top 15, he's at number 12. Cannonball. Gadoosh. Who should be next?
What about I ain't Gary.
At the moment, you think that might be too much too soon? I was thinking Jeff Neal, I would get him in the top 10, but hey, you might be right. You know, I don't know, because if you look at the top, they don't want to throw Leon Edwards at him. Kamaru would just probably lay and pray, and Shavkat's got a date with Belal probably. How about Kobe? I know JDM's on the shelf. That would be a sick fight.
Yeah, I think that's too high yet. I think that's too high, but I think 7 right there.
But I think the Colby fight is more winnable for him than the Ian. I don't think he can beat Ian. Just because Ian is lengthy, rangy, I think he's just going to do just enough to win. But Colby, you already know what you're going to get, bro. You're going to get that ham sandwich game plan every time. He's just going to try to push you. He's going to try to get you down. And if you can stop the takedown, you're going to make it a long night. If he can do what he just did to Neil, to Colby, it's on.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that's too much of a jump for him, or for the UFC to just throw him all the way up there past everyone. So I'm thinking Ian Gary be the smart decision and also a good fight.
And it just might be because there's nobody else available. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, man. Like I said, we got a new contender on our hands. All right. Main event, Jared Cannonier versus Caio Borralho. You know, the MMA nerds have been on a roll as of late, and they continued with that roll. Caio Borralho gets the unanimous decision win, wins 49-45, 48-46, 49-45, basically winning every round except for round 2 across the board. And he just pieced up Cannonier. Dropped him late, I want to say late round 5, and that kind of just sealed it up. But he got on the mic, and he called out DDP. Now, we already know DDP is supposed to be fighting Sean Strickland next. So he's not probably, I mean, if you're going to go for it, why not go for the top? Go for the biggest gift you can get. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't think he's ready for DDP. You know what I mean? Look at how he looks right now. He's getting pieced up against Jared Cannonier. What do you think DDP is going to do? So, looking at the middleweight division, who do you think would make for a fun fight for this guy? He just took out the number 5 fighter. So now he's going to be the number 5 fighter. So looking up, he's got Nasruddin Imavov, Robert Whittaker, Israel Adesanya, Sean Strickland. Sean's going to be fighting for the belt. Izzy just fought. Robert Whittaker is going to be fighting Khamzat. And Nasruddin is fighting Brendan Allen in Paris in September, next month already.
Jeez. He's going to have to wait. He's going to have to cook.
He's either going to have to wait for Izzy, who's the only one available, or take on the winner of DDP and Sean.
Yeah, that's true.
Or the winner, or wait for some of these fights to develop. If Nasruddin beats, how about he takes on the winner of Brandon Allen, Nasruddin Imavov? Whoever wins that's going to stay at number 4. Brandon Allen's at number 7. I mean, it's kind of a logjam.
Yeah, I think he's probably just going to end up having to sit there and wait.
I think so too. But the good news is he's in the top 5, and we have fresh new blood. So let's go.
Interesting.
All
to
right,
see what happens
because
there.
next week we got another UFC fight night. Main event's going to be Gilbert Burns taking on Sean Brady. Let's look at the bangers the fights that I'm most looking forward to. On the
Okay.
prelims, check this out. Ryan Spawn, OSP, they're here for a good time, not a long time. I can almost ensure you that fight may not make it out of the first round. If a good, healthy Ryan Spawn comes in, he can finish OSP as early as 1 minute. Andre Petrosky taking on Dylan Budka. I don't know anything about Dylan, but I know Andre drops bombs or gets knocked the fuck out. So it's going to be fun. And then main card, it's going to be good. Check this out. Featherweight bout, Steve Garcia taking on Kyle Nelson. If you don't know Steve Garcia, he's got a big gas tank, loves to throw hands. We might see a finish there. And then the ladies, Jessica and Josh, who loves throwing people on their head, taking on Natalia Silva. And then the main event should be good because we haven't seen Durinho in the cage for a while. Coming off surgery, I believe. He fought Belal Muhammad last, remember? But before that, he was cooking. He was on an awesome win streak. And now he's taking on the number 8 fighter, Sean Brady. So this is going to be a good fight. We are going to see some excellent grappling displayed. So stay tuned.
Is this a pay-per-view fight or is this a fight night?
This is a fight night. Yeah, this is going to be a fight night.
Oh, okay.
So get yourself an ESPN subscription. All right, cuz that's it. That was my last story. Anything you want to add?
No, man. I'm just looking forward to what's happening next. Especially this whole CGI.
We got so much
CGI
stuff coming up, man. Yeah.
You know.
We got
so let's see what happens.
Yeah. You know, we got IBJJF Old Man Worlds next weekend. And then we got UFC Fight Night. We got to start setting the table up for UFC Noche out in Vegas. So lots of good stuff, man. Lots of good stuff. Well, that is a wrap. Thank you for joining me, cuz. Thank you, everyone out there, for watching and listening. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials, TikTok, Insta, YouTube. It's all the same. Chingasos Crew. Until next week, have a fantastic week, y'all. Chingasos Crew out. Peace.
Peace.
Demolition, and there's that right hand. They're duking it out. Mount Barber right hand. Takayama.
Green trunks for the southpaw, the notorious Conor McGregor. Black trunks for the champion, Jose Aldo Jr. Got him relaxed, smiling. Oh!
Nate Diaz, he just shook up the world. How's that feel? Hey, I'm not surprised.